I love how this basil smells. Today is supposed to be in the 60s, so I'm going to go out and ride this morning. I have found in all of my projecting that if I listen to something while I'm working on something difficult, that I stay at it for too long. So today I'm not going to ride with earbuds in, and I need to stop doing my spinning and my knitting listening to things, because it extends the amount of time that I'll spend doing it. And that's when you start to damage things like wrists and other body parts, is when you're just so focused on something else that you don't notice that your body's talking to you and saying it's enough. So I'm going to go ride. I'm super excited. I haven't been able to ride in 3 weeks, almost a month. All locked up. I'm just gonna go take a really quick little walk, trying to be more aware of when we need to stop, take a break. I'm so sorry that my nose is running. That must be lovely to listen to. Anyway, what I wanted to say was, a lot of the new literature, a lot of the new research on exercises that bring your heart rate up, bring your heart rate down, bring your heart rate up, bring your heart rate down, but do it, for less than 45 minutes. And that's a lot better than doing cardio for like 3 hours, as far as heart health and building your muscle and that kind of thing. And I like that. And even though I love to go long distances, I love to be outside and feel the wind in my hair and feel like I'm really doing something, like I'm hardcore by doing it for so long. The new research is, it's more like farm work. You're going to go buck hay for a little while, but then you're going to take a break for lunch. And then you're going to go and water the goats for a minute. And then you're going to go back to bucking hay. But you have long periods of time in between when your heart rate is down. And then when your heart rate does go up, it goes up and down and up and down and up and down. It's not pound, 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 pound for like a really long period of time. There's even research now. See if I can stare into the sun since it looks better on camera. There's even research now that walking on uneven ground and walking in ways that flex and strain your ankles and your knees is actually better for you than walking on a treadmill where it's predictable, because there's so many teeny tiny little nerves and synapses and muscles and everything that get exercised by that uneven movement, that you are doing yourself a discourtesy to give your joints a break, to give your ankles a break, that what they really need is stimulation. And that our sedentary, see how flat that is? How flat? That kind of non-texture in our lives actually makes our joints weak, so that they can only move in one direction. So we are out here at the horses. It's supposed to be really nice this week, and we will probably be spending less time on school and more time outside just to soak everything up, because there will be more rains coming. And we still haven't figured out how long I will be back in Idaho, but I need to start making plans because I need to get inexpensive flights. At this point, the amount of work that I have that needs to be done could be done in a week if I stay very focused. The other problem, though, is that the kids will miss Granny and they'll miss the homestead if we don't take the kids. But again, I would need to get on the ball about flights very, very quickly.
You did see my text message, right?
Mm-mm.
If we plan right now for the 1st of May, and you're flexible on days, it's usually $220 per person round trip. So $700, you could fly everybody there, and a week later fly everybody back.
But if I've got kids with me, it would take much longer than a week. Because I've got all those trees to take down.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's really soggy this morning. Very soggy. Where's Kaya? Can't see her.
She's back there.
There she is. So, we're just going to do a 5-minute ride this morning because they had school and work. Interesting things happen, and now John needs to reevaluate his schedule. So, we don't have the car. We're probably going to be bike riding and walking, going for walks today, and the girls are just going to do a very, very short ride. I'm tempted just to have us walk up the lane and down instead of even putting any tack on and not having them ride, instead just lead them up and down the lane. Because it would be drier.
He wants to sniff the camera. She's like, what are you doing?
What? Not yet. They got to be in here for a minute first. Get them all squared away on steering and manners. Not running over their mom.
Yep. Kaya, you're getting a little up on me.
So, anything else? Fun to have the girls come see the horses?
It's fun to have the girls come see the horses.
It's nice weather. I'm actually a little warm in my sweatshirt.
Such unfortunate weather in January.
But I do cringe every time I pay for the horses boarding for the month. But it is a good investment as far as, like, you know, if we don't get into the wrong house and have to deal with that, it's better to be paying for ponies here than to have a long-term situation getting into a homestead that isn't right for us. It is hard though, because when it rains that much, it is really hard to get out here and ride or do anything with them because everybody's miserable. And it's been almost a week since we came out and rode, so Dragonfly can always be a little bit snippy. She has better days than others. She's a mare. Today I put the saddle on because I was seeing that Kaya was having a struggle to get Dragonfly to listen. I think they were having a non-communication moment. She's a really good pony, but you do have to speak her language, and sometimes Kaya forgets what her language is. Huh, pony? Sometimes.
Kaya's going first. That way,
Oh, we got donkeys!
yeah.
Gunner is afraid of donkeys, and they look like little dogs. So you just keep your wits about you. Remember, you're not using your saddle pad to keep balanced.
Yep. Keep them on me. That's Gary.
Well, he doesn't like the car either, so stop and let Gary go past.
Yeah.
Stop all the way down. Stop all the way down. Yeah, you're still walking.
I thought I was stopping for the...
No, you're going to stop so Gary can go past. That way you don't have the trifecta of donkeys, other horses, and car. And Gunner, just make sure he can see him. Dad, just keep your wits about you. Sometimes he spins a little bit when he gets startled. So come up and make sure that Gunner can see him.
Donkeys are really friendly.
They're cute little buggers.
Back too.
Hi, cute little bugger.
Burger.
What a cute little bugger. Just don't make any weird noises, okay? Okay, little donkey? Treats happen next to scary things. All right, let's go up the hill.
I want my girl to be okay.
Okay.
I'm waiting for Eddie Murphy's voice to start popping out.
Okay, remember, keep your hands low and don't crank her head around. Much better. Thank you for not cranking her head around. Yeah, because if you speak to her with your legs and with your body weight as much as anything, then she will understand you much better. And Dragonfly is equally nice. She is equally good just with a halter, but without legs to help guide her, she doesn't like to have her head yanked on. She really doesn't like that. And Kaya has not learned how to finesse the reins yet. This way I think Kaya has a little bit more stability in the saddle, and because of that she yanks less. What? Yep, he's been pushing on it, huh? So I don't mind switching back and forth and having Kaya in the saddle. Use your leg to push her over. Thank you. Gary the Good. Yep, Gary the Good. And again, we have really
John the Meh.
John the Meh. What's a meh?
Yeah. Sorry. You were saying something.
I just see that Kaya does spend a lot of time holding on to the reins as balance. And Dragonfly is not as easy to stay on when she's trotting as Gunner is. He has a very light, floaty little trot. And, well, I don't know. She's not necessarily jarring, but his trot is really something. It feels like a very smooth walk.